Good morning, students. In the continuation of this chapter, magnetism and matter, now we come to the last part of this chapter, that is classification of magnetic materials. So, materials are classified according to their properties and applications. So, before starting the classification of magnetic materials, we need to discuss some important terms, some preliminary terms, so that we can understand this classification of magnetic material. So the first thing is Bohr magneton, or magnetic dipole moment of an atom due to revolving electron. So students, you have already understood that current carrying loop has its magnetic moment m is equal to NIA. M, if there is a loop carrying n number of turns and I is the current, then magnetic moment is NIA. Now using this equation m is equal to NIA, we can calculate the magnetic moment associated with the revolution of electron. So student, you should remember that revolving electron is a current loop. If electron is revolving in this direction, okay, then current will be opposite to that, and that will develop the magnetic dipole moment. So suppose there is an electron which is revolving, then current direction will be opposite. The direction of current will be opposite to the motion of the electron, and revolving electron will constitute one loop. So I current associated is equal to Q upon T. Q is E, which is the charge on an electron, and T is the time period of revolution. T is equal to 2 pi by omega. So omega will go into the denominator, it will become E omega upon 2 pi. If A is the area of the circular loop, A, this will be pi r square. A is the area, this will be pi r square, and r is the radius of the loop. Okay, so magnetic moment m is equal to Ia. So we have written the values of I and A. I is equal to E omega upon 2 pi, or area is pi r square, so half E omega r square. And students, you should know that Bohr's theory of metals says that electrons revolve only in those orbits in which angular momentum mvr. Angular momentum mvr is an integral multiple of h upon 2 pi n into h upon 2 pi, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, and h is Planck's constant, and v is equal to r omega. So after simplifying all this, we get the equation of magnetic moment m is equal to 1 by 2 E into nh upon 2 pi m. So 2 into 2 is the 4, so n into eh upon 4 pi m. So capital M is equal to n into mu b. So students, this EH upon 4 pi m is important term. This EH upon 4 pi m expression is called Bohr magneton mu b. Mu b means Bohr magneton, or this is the minimum magnetic dipole moment associated with the motion of electron, or in the first orbit. So n is the number of orbit. If we know this EH upon 4 pi m, that is mu b, Bohr magneton, then we can calculate the magnetic dipole moment of revolving electron in any of the orbits. Okay, so if we put the values of all these constant, E is the electronic charge, H is Planck's constant, M is mass of the electron, we get the value of this mu b as 9.27 into 10 raised to the power minus 24 ampere meter square. So what is Bohr magneton? You understand magnetic moment, we have calculated the expression for magnetic moment. If I take the value of n is equal to 1, so m will become equal to mu b. So n is equal to 1 is the minimum value of n. This is first orbit only. So if n is equal to 1 in first orbit, the magnetic dipole moment is equal to the Bohr magneton. So we can define this Bohr magneton as this is the minimum magnetic dipole moment associated with the revolving electron in its orbit of the atom. Okay, so this was the important term which we have discussed, that was the magnetic dipole moment of revolving electron, and other important term we have discussed, the Bohr magneton. Now students, we come to the next important physical terms. The first term is magnetic permeability. You have already studied this in the previous chapter of magnetic field. Magnetic permeability. Mu is the symbol, mu naught मतलब mu naught is the magnetic permeability of air, mu naught. Okay, so similarly there is magnetic permeability of the material. So magnetic permeability is basically the ability of a material to permit the passage of magnetic field lines through it, that is the degree or extent to which magnetic field can penetrate or permeate a material is called the relative magnetic permeability of the material. So mu r is equal to B upon B naught, mu r is equal to mu upon mu naught. So this already we have done in the previous chapter. Relative magnetic permeability is the ratio of absolute permeability of the medium to that of air. It means if we divide the permeability of a medium to that of air, then it becomes the relative permeability. And physical significance of the permeability of a material is the ability to permit the passage of magnetic field lines, means how easily magnetic field lines are passing through a material. If the material is allowing the passage of field lines, then permeability will be higher. Okay, the second term is magnetizing force or magnetizing intensity H. This is the degree, this is magnetizing force. Students, please remember that the simplest method to magnetize a material is to keep it inside the solenoid. If we keep it inside the solenoid has magnetic field in it, uniform magnetic field is produced inside the solenoid if current is passed through the solenoid, and that magnetic field is equal to mu naught Ni. B naught is equal to mu naught Ni, or this Ni term. This Ni term is called H, magnetizing intensity or magnetizing force. So the degree to which a magnetic field can magnetize a material is represented in terms of magnetizing force or magnetizing intensity H. So B is equal to mu Ni में this Ni is H, so B is equal to mu H or H is equal to Ni. So this is the property of external magnetic field. H is the magnetizing intensity or magnetizing force, because this magnetize a material when placed in a uniform magnetic field. So H is equal to Ni or B is equal to mu H, and in air B naught is equal to mu naught H. This magnetizing force is also defined as the number of ampere turns flowing round unit length of toroidal solenoid to provide the magnetic induction B in the solenoid. And I have already told you, material is placed within the solenoid to magnetize, and this is done by H, magnetizing force. The SI unit of H are ampere turns per meter, that is ampere meter inverse. The SI unit is ampere meter inverse. SI unit is ampere meter inverse. Okay, now the next term is intensity of magnetization. So students, when a material is placed in a uniform magnetic field, then magnetic field magnetize the material. So this is magnetized by inducing the magnetic dipole moment into the material. So how much dipole moment is developed per unit volume is called the intensity of magnetization. I is equal to m by v, and we know capital M, this magnetic moment is m into 2L, and volume area into length. So 2L is cancelled. So m upon A is also written as this I, which is the intensity of magnetization. Next is magnetic susceptibility. So susceptibility means how easily a specimen, suppose a material is placed in a uniform magnetic field, so susceptibility tells us that how easily a material can be magnetized. It is the ratio of these two parameters which we have discussed above. One is the intensity of magnetization and second is the magnetizing force or magnetizing intensity. So the ratio of I and H is known as magnetic susceptibility. Chi m is equal to I upon H. It has no unit because I and H have the same unit. So magnetic susceptibility is important parameter which tells whether a specimen or a sample or a material can be easily magnetized or not. Now two properties which look similar, mu r and chi m. Relative permeability and magnetic susceptibility are related to each other. There is very famous relation, mu r is equal to 1 plus chi m. So we are going to derive this relation. So students, we are discussing now the relation between mu r and chi m. So when a magnetic material is placed in a magnetizing field of magnetizing intensity H, the material gets magnetized. How? The total magnetic induction in the material is the sum of the magnetic induction B naught in vacuum and Bm in the material due to magnetization of material. So B is equal to B naught plus Bm. So B naught value is mu naught H, Bm is mu I. So if we write this value, it becomes mu naught into H plus I. So B is equal to mu naught into H plus I. Chi m is equal to I upon H. So I is equal to chi mh. If we substitute this value in the equation, it becomes mu naught H plus chi mh. H is taken outside as common. So mu naught H. B is written as mu H. So mu upon mu naught is equal to mu R. So mu R is equal to 1 plus chi m. Mu R is equal to 1 plus chi m. This is the important relation. Mu R is equal to 1 plus chi m. Okay, so in this class we have covered some important preliminary terms to describe the classification of materials. To understand the properties of material, students, it is necessary to understand all these terms. So you revise these terms and understand these meaning of these terms, and in the next class we will continue with the classification of material. Okay, thank you and thank you so much.